Is the top of crypto here? I mean, just as I'm recording this video, we're once again having another crash. We've been having them all the time over the last few days. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you guys a high time frame analysis, and let's think about this. Is the top really in? What happened in previous bull runs, and what do we do from now? So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. So I am on the road right now. I'm not driving. I'm a passenger, so bear with me on this. But as you guys can see, this is the Bitcoin bull run that happened starting in 27 or from this is all of 2017 for Bitcoin. So as you guys can see, we had a 38% drop here. We had a 19% drop here, a 35% drop here, 29%, and then again a 23% drop right before we did have the actual blow off top. So for 6 months, we had several massive drops all along this run. Now let's compare that to the previous cycle, okay? Go back to the daily chart, same chart. You can see we've also had quite a few crashes, but it looks like a very unique structure. But the important thing to take notice here is that right now we have only dropped, okay, and I know only, and I'm sure if you're looking at your portfolio, you're probably thinking the same thing I am. Only, this is a hell of a drop. Well, we're only down around 16%, which as you can see, this is something that has happened many, many times in the past, all right? So just because we have had a massive crash does not mean that the top is in for Bitcoin, okay? We have had many of them that have happened over the history of previous bull runs. Now, this is the important thing. What are we looking for to see that the top is actually in on crypto? Okay, what are we looking for? And the best way to do is, of course, go back to previous cycles, right? So if we go back to previous cycles, this is the top of Bitcoin back in 2017. Okay, this is a 4-hour chart, and this on Bitstamp. I would use the Coinbase chart. However, there was a scam wick that happened on Coinbase that actually made damn near a new high right in this area over here. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is use the Bitstamp chart. Now, these are some things that I'm looking for. And if you watch my video I released about a week and a half ago, I went over what signs that I'm looking for an end of a correct or for the end of the top of Bitcoin and what I'm going to do going forward. Now, on here, like you guys can see, the first thing we're going to look at is this channel. Okay, this channel here, you can see how we dropped, went into a channel, and then formed a channel. You see this? Tap, 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 tap. Then we were not able to recover it, fell down back through. We came up here, did a bearish retest, and then continued falling. This is a sign of an actual top of Bitcoin or any sort of crypto, right? Channels that are rising are a corrective structure. You can also consider this maybe like a bear flag, right? So you have a drop, an impulsive move downward, some sort of a consolidation structure, and then a continuation down. Now, just having a channel is not all you're looking for. Another thing you're looking for is going to be your volume profile. As you can see right here, when we had this massive drop, we did have a lot of volume spike come in. I have it circled right there. So we have a lot of volume that came in. And then on this corrective structure, if this was bullish, we would have had a very strong V-shaped reversal, which it sort of looked like we had it. But the thing we're missing right here is the volume. There's no volume anywhere on here during this channel, which means this was a corrective structure. Okay, I hope this makes sense. A drop followed by a correction generally transfers or translates into another drop. Okay, that's why we're able to dip all the way down here before we even had any sort of a major bounce. Okay, so from 20,000, we dropped down to 11,000. And what is the percentage of drop on this? Let's see what the actual percentage is here. It dropped down to around 42%. Okay. Like I told you guys, we are right around like maybe, what did I tell you guys? Yeah, we're probably like 19% down. So we're still about halfway down. So if we do drop down to around 40,000, like 50,000, and we still don't have a decent recovery, then we're going to start really taking consideration. Maybe this actually is the top of Bitcoin. But right now, this still looks like a normal correction before a continuation upward. All right. So dip, channel, low volume, and then you drop. Now, another thing we're looking for here is from the top to the bottom, we have a we have a retracement levels, right? So a 61.8% retracement came up right in this area. Okay, the 702 I also include in it. So as you guys can see, the 618 to 702, this is the golden pocket area. So we came up here, bounced up, tapped the golden pocket, then continued on downward. This is a healthy retracement bounce for a continuation downward. All right. If we would have got up to like the 786 or even any higher, you would probably assume that the bull run's continuing, but we were not able to get above the 702. This is a very important thing. So if we come down here, okay, and this is, and let's say hypothetically, this is something that happens. We come over here, we draw this sucker out. Sorry, it's a little rough right now. Okay, go to the very top. And hypothetically, let's say this was the bottom. We actually had a really nice buyback candle in the last like few minutes. But let's say we come down here and we get up here to around 64, 65,000 and we start rejecting again with volume. That would be something I would start really considering. Hey, maybe we actually are in for a deeper correction. Maybe the bull run's actually over. Okay. If we get above this level, above the 702 and specifically the 786, then you can reassume, hey, the market's good to go. We're going to continue going back up. All right. So those are some things that I'm looking for on Bitcoin based upon previous bull runs. Okay. Now, another thing we're going to look at is going to be the actual chart right now. What are we looking at, right? What are some things that I'm looking at on this chart and things that I'm essentially trying to see as acting as support? It's actually really funny. I actually had this marked out for you guys. I was going to go over and explain how this 3-day level was probably going to act as a support level, and we actually had it happen during the video. So this 3-day level, this is a 3-day point of breakdown. I've had it marked on my charts for a very, very long time. Actually, if I go to other charts, yep, there you go. Step 4, 3-day point of breakdown. I've had that on there for many, many, many months, okay? So we came up here, retapped it, and now we're continuing back upward. This is my primary bias. I'm actually really disappointed I wasn't able to get this video out earlier, but my primary bias is that we come down here, tap the 3-day point of breakdown, and then continue on up to the upside. That was my primary bias, all right? So maybe that dip we just had actually is the end of this correction, all right? But of course, if it's not, what else is going on here? That's the major question we're looking at. Or let me rephrase this. What are some things that we're looking for confirmation that the bottom is actually in? Well, the first thing that I'm looking for is I want to see a reclaim of this level right here. This breaker and pivot, the more I look at it, the more interesting it becomes to me. I want to see us get back above here. This to me, because you can see how we came up here, resistance, resistance, broke above, support, support, fell through with conviction, and now we have not come back up and did a retest of it. So it would be very natural for us to come up here and very healthy for us to come back up here and retest it. Okay, and I think this is my primary bias at this time. Now, when we get here, this is where it gets weird because we need to know what's going to happen next. If we do something like this, break above, retest, continue, that's obviously very healthy. Okay. However, if we come up here and do this and reject, this would be a bearish sign. But the key is, I think this 4-hour breaker pivot is extremely important right now for crypto. All right. Now, I'm going to shift gears here. I'm going to switch and talk about altcoins. I think altcoins are something that's very important. You guys know that I do trade altcoins all the time, and I don't even own any Bitcoins. You're probably like, why do you care about Bitcoin? Well, obviously, Bitcoin is king. Bitcoin is going to dictate the state of the market and what's going on. But altcoins are what I actually trade on a day-to-day basis. Now, on my altcoin holdings, there's something you need to understand. And I talked about this in a lot of detail in my previous videos. But once Bitcoin topped out in 2017, okay, once that whole corrective structure started, that is when altcoins really started to take off. You guys can see this is both December 16th. This is the total market cap 2. This is total 2. This is all crypto minus Bitcoin. And as you can see, as Bitcoin started dropping, altcoins actually started rising. Okay. We did not stop rising until we finally did get that golden pocket retracement. We came all the way down here and we came up here, got the golden pocket retracement, and then we exited. And that's whenever all crypto, to include the altcoins, decided to decline at the same speed. So you guys see this, right? Bitcoin dropped, altcoins rose. Once Bitcoin had a rebound and retapped the golden pocket, that's whenever the entire market started to drop. Okay. So, what am I looking for? I'm looking for bearish signs, bearish confirmation on Bitcoin. And one of the best ways to know if we are actually topped off on Bitcoin is for our altcoins to actually take off. Okay. Let me say this again. I will not have confidence that Bitcoin is actually done with this bull run until our altcoins start doing this. Right now, our altcoins are not doing this. Let me show you what our altcoins are doing right now. They're actually struggling. If you go to the total 3 chart, which is our altcoins, you can see our altcoins are actually dipping along with Bitcoin. This does not look at all like what we had back here. Okay. So if our total 3 starting to ramp up, then I'm going to really be considering that the altcoin or that the crypto market is going to start collapsing. But until we do get a healthy rotation from Bitcoin into altcoins, I am absolutely not going to become bearish unless some major things happen across the crypto market. And as I've explained earlier in the video, I don't think we've really reached there yet, guys. Okay. This seems like a very normal and healthy correction, and we have not had this. So, I talked about in a previous video on how my exit plan was I was going to pull 1% of my portfolio per week, okay? 1% per week, and then wait until we got a healthy retracement bounce on Bitcoin and then exit my positions, right? However, there was a slight adjustment to that. I'm actually now making it to where I'm going to be pulling 1% per week until XRP breaks all-time highs. Once XRP gets above around the $4 region, I'm then going to be pulling out 10% per week of my total portfolio holdings. And then whenever we do get this retracement bounce, then I'll be pulling out the rest of it. Okay. Reason why XRP is a lagging indicator in my mind, XRP is one of the last ones that usually takes off in a bull market, and it's also very explosive. So once that thing takes off, I'm going to really be like, okay, this thing really is starting to take off, or really is starting to accelerate. The entire crypto market is probably going to start dropping off soon. So I'm going to start taking a lot of heavier profits. All right. But overall, guys, we have a lot of our altcoins that have not even broken all-time highs yet. That is not right. Okay. It doesn't make sense until we have coins like Litecoin, like XRP, like EOS, like ZEC, like all these other coins really start to take off and make new all-time highs, or at least show a lot of strength and recover some of their massive losses they've seen over the years. I'm not going to consider this bull run over unless we do get some major warning signs like what we see here. And right now, we do not have these signs here, okay? So I hope that all makes sense. I was a little all over the place. I really want to get this video out as soon as possible so you guys get all the latest information. So outside of that, real quick, I am keeping you guys up to date on Discord, okay? And I have been. I have not been on YouTube very much, but I am on Discord all the time. I really try to focus my efforts on there and give you guys all the information that I can. So if you guys are not a part of my Discord server, you guys are severely missing out because I have been giving a ton of market updates, giving you guys all the information that you need to really give you guys, I mean, essentially everything you need to be successful in this crypto market, all right? So yeah, guys, please join the Discord. Description in the description below. Outside of that, I will let you guys go, and I will see you guys in the next video. Like always, deuces, boys.